Well, this room is full of YouTubers, absolutely packed. It's a YouTube conference, VidCon. I want you to check out this video. It's going to be about Peru. It's going to be absolutely awesome. Have you been to Peru, Mary?
No, but I want to, and I speak a bit of Spanish.
Well, that's all you need to go to Peru, and you don't even need to speak Spanish to watch this video, so let's check it out.
Hola.
When it comes to Puma Punku, I am absolutely sure that a lost super civilization was responsible for carving, or more likely pouring, most of the blocks. Archaeology claims the site is of the 6th century AD, based on carbon dates. I think these arise because everything was reused. If we look at the site today, it is clear that there is no order or building apparent. Archaeologists who suggest such dates cannot explain why this technology is not found in contemporary structures elsewhere in Bolivia or the Americas, as it should be if these dates are correct. The reason is the intervention of time. Deep time. Tiwanaku and Puma Punku are survivals of long ago, with Tiwanaku probably built out of the ruins of Puma Punku. Greek and Egyptian history records that catastrophe after catastrophe wiped out every civilization, with mankind emerging out of a tiny number of survivors. Andesite cannot be cut with stone or even metal age technologies in the way that it has been cut or poured at Puma Punku. This is not the work of skilled artisans working individually on rock after rock after rock, because how many would you have needed for the original structure? Nor is it the work of massed, enslaved labour, because it would lack the skill. We have mechanised precision to replicate stone after stone after stone, which almost exactly match. At Stonehenge, for instance, we see some very good stones well done, but most very badly done. That's what happens when you cut stones by hand. I believe almost everything at the site to be poured geopolymer. With today's technology, we can actually pour limestone, even pour a marble of sorts, which geologists refer to as metamorphic rocks. Smart people always prefer clever solutions over brute force, especially when dealing with large-scale projects. Today we can make synthetic diamonds, synthetic amber, and in the last several years, geopolymer labs worldwide can develop almost any sort of rock. Consult YouTube on this if you don't believe me, and look at the latest products on offer. Were the ancients any dumber than we are? Even Wikipedia claims that the precision of the blocks found at Puma Punku hints at mass production. Consult it if you don't believe me. The first stone monuments in the UK were only cut in a mass-produced manner with steam engine-powered drills. They did not exist until their invention in the 1830s. In other words, at least a 19th century level of technology is required to achieve Puma Punku. There is no question of this in my mind. This does not at all fit into the picture painted by archaeologists. We see machine precision, which hints at the parallel development of the sciences of calculus and the technology of machine tools. We see so much here that was never extant until at least the 19th century in modern times. But let's ask the locals. According to ancient traditions, so they say, the builders of Puma Punku were supernatural, godlike. They levitated the stones using sound. Without taking this literally, it at least does sound like some sort of loud mechanical device was at work, according to legend. Another legend says that Puma Punku was built by the gods in a single long night, whatever that means. They say that no man had a hand in it. Rather, they say that gods built it, and that these gods could also fly. These gods destroyed their own work by lifting the blocks high into the sky, turning them upside down, and then dropping them, creating the carnage all over the place. Huge blocks found even halfway up hillsides, which makes no sense. These local legends do not sound like the archaeological explanations of pounding with stone hammers and metal tools which have never been found. Where is the debris? There is none anywhere, yet it should be there. We might still ask where the carbon dates of about 400 to 600 AD originate. I believe these are either from rebuilds or from treasure hunters. What treasure hunter on viewing the ancient technology of the ruins would not be convinced that a vast golden treasure lay there. I believe every square inch was dug up. We also have a discrepancy between the red sandstone and andesites, the two rocks found at Puma Punku. To satisfy my own curiosity that the previous video was on the right track, the previous video I made about Puma Punku, I watched an episode of Ancient Aliens Debunked in which they succinctly provide the conventional archaeological explanation. They talk about stones at Puma Punku being pounded and even show an unfinished stone to show how it was pounded out. As a second step, the smoothing process, flat stones with grit were used for polishing. Now, this might be true of some of the sandstone, but I refuse to believe the diorites were cut in this way. I believe this is all from later civilizations emulating Puma Punku with softer rock and even trying to extend it. I believe the red sandstone is mainly also from a later civilization. For me, the metal clamps and the precision drill holes do not equal the same level of technology as that of some of the diorites. One is from ancient times, one is from more recently, and Tiwanaku indeed has perhaps been occupied for tens of thousands of years. We can see the extent of the contamination of the entire site. For example, we see rather primitive blocks which make up the Akapana pyramid, as well as the fact that the Kalasaya temple clearly derives from a Stone Age megalithic structure, like some kind of stone circle that you would find in the UK. Some of those stones look like the root stone monolith in Yorkshire. This means that in addition to possible high-tech people, there were also very low-tech people sharing the site in possibly a later time and thus contaminating the evidence. Generations later, archaeologists just can't tell the difference. Is Puma Punku megalithic? Stone is all that has survived. I think it's like calling the Titanic or a battle cruiser a megalithic ship. Look at this stone. What do we have here? A modern crane can at maximum lift 18 metric tons. This ridiculous stone was once far too heavy to move, weighing hundreds of tons, yet it is supposed to come from a quarry 10 kilometers away. It just doesn't make any sense. Please don't say the ancients were stupid enough to have hauled a much bigger block from that distance and then cut it down to size on the present site with primitive tools. Nobody does that, especially not up a mountain. I prefer to believe it was hauled by trucks in some super civilization, or that they created this particular stone on the spot the way we would today. In fact, it is held together with clamps that have no use for a structure on the ground as it is found, only for a wall or roof. For it to have had to have been clamped like this after suffering earthquake damage. To my mind, Puma Punku remains an incredible ancient example of ancient super high technology. Since I began this channel and looking back, I have never actually changed my views or opinions where they are strongly voiced on any video. This is because I was sure of something long before I made that video. If I am not sure of something, I simply state in that video that I am not sure, and many videos are indeed speculative, and I say, oh, I don't know this or I don't know that. I want this channel to be about the truth, and the truth is that there is a huge mystery here beyond all current official comprehension. Thanks.